Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Racism, white supremacy is a dynamic system for the ultimate purpose of white genetic survival on the planet. White supremacy.
You are in an evil system, a system that is designed deliberately to produce evil thoughts, to produce animosity, to produce violence.
Introduction to African civilizations and man-garden civilization.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
Masters table. Masters table.
Master elements.
We dedicate lives to the study of history.
They didn't tell us that if you give up a man, you're going to take one of these things and it's worse and it will destroy your nation.
The right way is clearly distinct from error.
Racism is a competitive relationship between groups of people who are competing for the ownership and control of resources, wealth, and power.
It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
And those Africans have to be organized to fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
Peace,
I'm
peace.
Allah
What's going
and the
on,
person
family?
that's still of the God. That's my part.
What's the rest? What's the rest?
That's my favorite part.
What's the next part?
I don't know.
That means your arms are too short, like Todd Anthony Shaw.
See, there you go.
A lot of people don't even really catch that. It's a simple line, but it's kind of like if you know, you know.
Right.
So Too Short, real name is Todd Anthony Shaw. The rapper Too Short. That's his name, Todd Anthony Shaw. And so, they say your arms too short to box with God. So I'm Allah and the person of sincere love to God. That means your arms too short like Todd Anthony Shaw. Listen, man. We do decode it on another day. We do decode it on another day. So y'all make sure y'all tune in when we bring that series back.
I'm gonna just need you to let me, do that part. Like, I just need to do that part.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So welcome everybody to another episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, and I am here with my lovely co-host, aka Hype Man, Hype Lady, Nicety Girl in the digital building.
Yes. Happy Sunday, everybody. Whew.
What does that say? Line not last, late not last. I think it's late not last. Shout out to Late Not Last in the building. Shout out to Breeze Omega in the building. Welcome to the Godcast. As y'all coming in here, make sure that y'all hit the like button. When you hit the like button, that helps to boost our video into the YouTube algorithm. Also helps to make sure that people who are subscribed to us on YouTube get the notifications whenever we go live. So definitely want to hit the like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live with another episode of Sincere Love the Godcast right now. I hear myself twice.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, it's my iPad is up. Let me turn it down.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. And so yeah, we a little bit late, but we here on another Sunday. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Godcast Enterprises on YouTube, as well as Sincere Love to God on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. If you're watching us on Facebook, shout out to you. If you're watching us on the replay, shout out to you. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff.
Yes.
So what's going on with everybody, man? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good this Sunday?
I am. I went to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles this morning. My sister and my nephew Nim came down from Vegas this weekend. So before they left today, we decided to go to Roscoe's, eat a little breakfast. Then I came home from Roscoe's, went to the store, then made some homemade broccoli cheese soup. That's what I was doing when you was like, hey, I'm ready to go live. And I was like, I need till 3:30. I was finishing up my cooking. So when we finish up tonight, I can eat dinner. So yeah, that was my weekend. What about, hold on. You were in the middle of a hurricane. Let's talk about that.
Right. It wasn't too bad over here where we at. Shout out to all of the people in the southeast. What was it? Helena? What was her? What was her?
Helena, Hurricane Helena.
Hurricane Helena came through last week. We didn't get hit too bad. It was just really a lot of rain, wind. We lost power for a little while, like twice. Both times real early in the morning for like an hour or two. Power was out, came back on. But other than that, everything was everything. Still went to work. Clients were still coming through. All of that.
Folks still getting haircuts and it's raining, flooding, hurricane.
Power
out. Niggas want that lineup though.
Listen, we inland. We ain't really too close to no water like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're not on no shoreline or nothing like that. So like people in Florida, I know they got hit real bad. A lot of people lost their lives in the hurricane.
Wow.
So it was serious, you know what I mean? But there was some deaths, there were some injuries, there was, of course, a lot of property damage and stuff like that. I know in Florida, I don't know about anywhere else, but in Florida, yeah, there was a lot of damage. But over here where I'm at, not too bad. It was just raining, pretty much. Raining and strong winds.
On the news, like any of the surrounding areas from, I don't know, Gwinnett County or,
flooding. I think it was in like DeKalb. I saw like the streets was real flooded out. You know what I'm saying? So I know cars probably got messed up because for some of the footage that I seen, like the flood was all the way up to like the car windows.
Damn.
So yeah, there were certain parts of Atlanta that did. I don't know if it's because of the infrastructure or what, you know what I'm saying? But not too bad where I'm at out here in Gwinnett on the north side. Was it DeKalb? I think so. Some of the footage I seen was in DeKalb, where they was flooding out real bad. But we made it through. School was closed for 2 days. They be extra cautious out here because I remember when I first moved down here, they had like a little bit of snow, but it froze up, and they didn't close school, and kids were stuck at school overnight. Kids were stuck on the buses, all type of stuff. It was like a big thing. This was like 2013, 2014, somewhere around there. And so ever since then, they don't play. Any signs of anything going down, they just shut it down. All right, no school. Y'all stay, especially now from after COVID, they got the digital days and all that. They like y'all do digital days. The wind blowing too hard outside.
So does Seven come home with the Chromebook still from the school?
For digital days, yeah.
Like for out here, the kids, no matter what, 5 days a week, they bring the Chromebooks home, even though they're still in school full time. But I guess just in case, something happens, it's always with them. So they never take them home, except they take them to school every single day and bring them home every day. They just have to have it charged, but every day, Monday through Friday, they have the Chromebooks, although they're not using them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't do that. They just when they know it's a digital day coming up, they send it home with them. But yeah, seven. He got his own Chromebook anyway, so we good to go either way. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. Today was feel like kind of a long day, man. We've been outside all day. We went to the gym. All three of us getting it in at the gym, and then Seven had a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, so we went over there
What?
for that. Yeah, he about to start playing basketball.
Good.
It's gonna be his first year playing ball, and so they had a little 3-on-3 tournament before the season starts. You know what I mean? It was cool. It was cool.
He gonna be balling out like his brother Ja. You know.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know. We'll see.
Let's see. Seven, the shortest kid in the whole gym.
Aw, that's all right. That's all right.
My dude is little, man. I'm like, damn. I didn't know you was that little. When you see him with the other kids, though, it's like, wow,
Right.
man, my son kind of little there. But he gonna be all right. We was getting it in at the Y earlier before he did all that. We was out there playing ball a little bit. He was out there doing his pull-ups, push-ups, and all of that. So he gonna be good money.
He gonna be good.
He gonna be good money. What's going on, EJ? Jesse Paris, salute. Who else we got in the building, man? Where y'all at, man? Y'all, if this your first time here checking us out, let us know where you tuning in from. Let us know what city you in and all of that, man, so we can shout you out. But it's been a lot of talk around the country, especially in California, about our goddamn reparations checks and what they ain't gonna do.
Right.
So today's topic: no reparations, no vote.
Right.
The same drum we've been beating. We're gonna keep beating it today.
Louder.
That's the main topic for today's show. And we got some other stuff that we're gonna touch on as well. And you know what? I'm gonna use my phone, like shout out to Vicky Dillard. I'm gonna use my phone Vicky Dillard style because every time we share the screen,
something happen.
Broadcast be all janky, and I be wanting to edit certain parts so we could use it for Instagram and all of that, and it be all glitchy and stuff. I can't even use it. So I don't even want to go through that nonsense. So whatever videos and stuff we got to pull up, I'm gonna just use my phone today. We're gonna try it that way.
I'm trying to find, since we are talking about reparations, I don't know if I put something in the materials, and I don't think that I did. So let me grab it so that I can put it here.
Well, we could start off. Did y'all see I guess it was last week or so, Pastor Jamal Bryant and some of his folks, they did some type of reparations walk. They walked from like where was it, Baltimore or something to Washington D.C. I'm gonna show y'all the video. I forgot where they walked from, but they did some type of reparations walk.
They so full of shit.
Yeah, yes it did.
You notice how all the black boule, class are trying to hijack the reparations movement, but they know that they're really not trying to really fight for reparations. But because we won't let it go here on the grassroots, they're forced really, to deal with the topic. But they're being shady as hell because you're not pushing for shit, just like the California legislative, caucus. Like you guys are trying to hijack the movement and act like you really, really want reparations for us, but you guys are only trying to sound like us, but you're being deceitful too. And Jamal, you a pastor. Liar. You know what I'm saying? You a pastor.
That's a fact, man. That's exactly what they doing. I didn't want to use the same title again because we already had a title called Reparations Pump Fakes. I was going to do Reparations Pump Fakes Part 2, but I just said, no tangibles. I mean, no reparations, no vote. Let's just do it like that. But here was Jamal and his people. I hope this don't do this got music on it. Let me see. Oh, yeah, they got James Brown playing.
Can you just do it without the sound?
Without the music. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, I want to see where they walking from. Hold on, let me see. It says, hold on. It says, if the church fight for reparations like they did for civil rights, we'll have it next week. I agree with that.
Right.
Shit, where y'all at, church? Who else should stand with these brothers? Tag them via but this caption, by the way, that's not Jamal's caption. This was posted by the National Reparations League. They posted this on their page. And so this is their caption. But I think this part might have been the repost caption. It says, yesterday was a historic and monumental moment. Reverend Dr. Robert Turner and I walked from Baltimore to the White House to bring attention to the administration that Black people deserve reparations for 400 years of oppression. We are the only marginalized group in America that hasn't been compensated. We went 42 miles because we never got 40 acres. Even if it's not on the ballot, it needs to be on the agenda. Type 40 if you believe we are due. Pray for your boy. I can't feel anything beneath my knees. So they walked from Baltimore to the White House to raise awareness for reparations, allegedly.
So
I'm gonna turn the volume down and show y'all the video.
Just goofy.
So this is Jamal and his people. I don't know who else was there. I didn't recognize anybody else in the video. But Pastor Jamal Bryant and his people, they say they walked from Baltimore to the White House, 42 miles or something like that. But my thing is this, because like you said, it's all performative and disingenuous because these people say all of this about reparations and what we deserve, which is correct.
Right.
Black people are the only people who have never been compensated. And, you know, we do absolutely not just deserve, but are owed reparations. And so all of that is correct. But the thing about it is they're not saying what we saying. No reparations, no vote.
Right.
They saying we got to vote Kamala anyway, though.
Right.
Even
and
if it's not on the ballot.
Sorry, go ahead.
Even if it's not on the ballot, it needs to be on the agenda. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. So if it's not on a ballot, it needs to be on the agenda. No, it needs to be on the ballot and the agenda. It's not one or the other at this time in the game for me. You know what I'm saying? Because we know promises are meant to be broken anyway. So we need shit in writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're beyond promises at this point. We were promised 40 acres and a mule.
Right. Because the Black agenda is our agenda. We're the ones with the agenda.
Right.
They're the ones with the ballot and the campaign platform. Right. So their campaign platform needs to adhere to the Black agenda that we're pushing.
Right.
Which is reparations.
Right.
Otherwise, what are we voting for? Why are we participating? Why are we supporting either party? Because ain't there one of them, both of them is throwing salt on the reparations movement. Both of them.
At all. And just like the Palestinians or the people that support Palestine, they're saying no ceasefire, no vote.
Right.
They're loud and proud about it. You know what I'm saying? So we're on that same type of time.
Right. Right. And I've been talking about that because I kind of like what they're doing, especially out there in Michigan.
Right.
What is it called again? Non-committed. They're doing the non-committed vote. They're doing a non-committed vote, the Muslim community in Michigan. So they did go down to the ballots. They did this during the primaries. Go down to the ballots and just write in non-committed.
Not committed.
Just to show the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So you could see clear as day. This how many people was registered to vote, that was willing to show up to vote, but these are the votes that you missed. This is the voting block that you could have had if you would have just called for a ceasefire. Same thing. Same thing.
What's that one name in the Somali one up in Minnesota, Iman something? She kind of ran on that, you know, this past election so that she can get reelected to her seat, and she did not budge. You know what I'm saying? But you notice IPAC didn't get rid of her like they did the other folks. What was his name? Jamal Bowman. You
And
know what I'm
Corey
saying?
Bush.
And Crockett, Jasmine Crockett, if I'm not mistaken. You
No,
know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
Corey Bush.
I'm sorry?
It was Corey Bush.
Corey Bush. There you go. Sorry. You know, they was trying to, hold the line for Palestine and got their butts kicked out. But somehow she held that same line and she still has her job.
Right.
Is it because she has a zaddy? I don't
No,
know. I
because
have questions.
it's because she has a hijab.
That
She's non-FBA. They don't get that. They don't get the same FBA treatment.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And she's gonna fall in line regardless.
Right.
And they know that.
Right. And so California Governor Gavin Newsom vetoes bill to help Black families reclaim taken land.
Yes. You see that?
And so now, y'all remember what was it? What was that? The end of August? About a month and a half ago or whatever. It was the end of the session out there in California to introduce the bills. And they had the 2 reparations bills that was authored by what's the senator's name out there? Y'all help me out in the chat.
And it's sad because I'm from out here, but he in San Francisco.
His name, his face is right in my head. I can see his face right now. Actually, I was just looking at something earlier. We probably gonna talk about that later on because he's still pushing the line. Yep. Senator Bradford. Senator Bradford. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. Maki be zoned out. But Senator Bradford, those 2 bills that the Legislative Black Caucus or whatever it's called, the California Black Caucus, refused to bring to the floor for a vote. We just went through that whole rigmarole, which we were saying that they were ordered to fumble that package because Gavin Newsom let them know he was going to veto it and that wasn't going to be a good look.
And they should have let him do it so
exactly.
that it doesn't fall on them. Because now, you know what I'm saying, you went against your own people, the people that you're supposed to represent because of what he said he was going to do. Let him do it. That way, all the wrath comes at him and not you guys. Now you're going to get the smoke. Well-deserved smoke, and we're going to get y'all asses out of there too, because instead of you representing us, your constituents, you decided to fall in line to what he said instead of what we're saying to do. So there's consequences. And there has to be consequences because as I told you guys before a few weeks ago, I went to that town hall there and one of the representatives did show up and very arrogant, by the way. And I think that he felt like we're just there venting. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's the sentiment for all these people. We go out here, we, raise a little hell, but then we kind of fall back a little bit, which has to stop as well. So I think they look at us as we're just venting and nothing is going to happen. I'm going to keep my job and I'm going to keep in y'all because y'all going to let me.
Right. So they got to feel the pain at the ballot.
They have to feel the pain. There's no way around it.
They can't win without y'all. That's the bottom line. They cannot win without y'all.
They can't win without us, and this goes back to what Marcel says a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because we're allowing people to be chosen for us, and then we get people like the congressional, legislative caucus that screwed us over. We need to be building up and putting out people that we want to run for us, you know what I'm saying, that's really going to do our bidding and not go against the lineage. And I think that is a real problem, and it's true. And I think we're seeing that in real time. Since meeting Marcel a couple years ago, I feel like I see what he's saying more and more. We need people to run. That's really the only way out of this.
I definitely agree with that. But I also see it as, for the most part, a long-term goal. Because like you said, we have to cultivate and vet people properly to make sure that we got people running that we should be supporting and not just people who talking good. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a process to get to that point all across the country. There's certain, pockets around the country with like a Marcel where we already know he's thorough. You know what I'm saying? We get behind a Marcel or I forgot the sister name who was down here. I guess there was a couple problems with her as well. There was a couple problems that people.
Tamara.
Was it Tamara? I forgot her name.
Tamara. Yeah, her first name is Tamara. I just can't think of her last name. I'll follow her though. Let me look at it. But yeah,
I think we did have some issues with some things that was on her platform as well. But that's what I'm saying. Like that process. Yeah, that's her. That's her. But that process of figuring out who's who, what I'm saying, across the country, that's a long-term thing. But Dr. Anderson has been telling us for a long time, we don't really need to form a new party. We don't really need to run anybody for office. We just have to get on code and leverage the voting power that we already have. You know what I'm saying? Allow the Democratic Party to crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? And just stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Until they come to the table with our agenda on the ballot. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing too is not going against people that's doing it or trying to push our agenda, like Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? When he was trying to push that line, you know what I'm saying, I saw a lot of Sam Bozos, you know what I'm saying, going against him, you know what I'm saying, instead of falling in line, because you know exactly what he was saying was right at that moment. You know what I'm saying? And you guys decided that you were so scared of Trump, and we had him for 4 years, he ain't did shit to you. You know what I'm saying? That it was more important to get Trump out, than to get what is owed to us.
Right, but those were a lot of the usual suspects doing that. You know what I'm saying? When Ice Cube, put together the contract for Black America, it was a lot of the usual suspects. The Tamika Mallory's, the Mike Song, you know what I'm saying? The usual suspects, the Angela Rise and all them. Those were the main people trying to, shout him down. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. So I can't really put that on the Black community as a whole. I think a lot of us felt where Cube was going with it.
For sure. My son went to this park yesterday. His they was having like gospel music or something in the park, and his dad was playing guitar for some group, so he had him to come out or whatever. He said that they was in the crowd, like the MC of the day was like, "Where's all my Kamala Harris supporters? Yeah, Kamala Harris." And my son said he's the only one out here saying no, boo, boo, or whatever. He was like, "Mom," he was literally texting me. He was like, "There is a whole bunch of coons out here." I was like, a park full of them. A park full of them.
And I think I'm gonna go to one of these coon fests that they're about to have down here as well. I think I'm gonna go. They having it's called the Jam for Justice.
Right. Not the Jam for Justice.
It's called the Jam for Justice. And Pastor Jamal Bryant, and I don't want to get on him too much. I know he just lost. Remember, I think
foot on his neck.
I think his mom just passed. So
condolences.
I ain't gonna be too hard on him this week. But it's Pastor Jamal Bryant. Who else they got on there? I know Killer Mike is performing, and what's the gospel artist name?
A female?
A dude.
Ty Tribbett?
Ty Tribbett, yeah. Ty Tribbett is performing. I forgot who else is on there, but it's gonna be some Democratic
Plantation Jubilee.
Yeah, it's gonna be some whole Democratic push thing. And so I think I'm gonna pull up because it's free anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's free to get in. And we need to be in the building. We need to make some noise when they out there doing that bullshit.
Counter the argument. Counter the, there are some people who, don't support her. And I have this guy that I follow on IG. What he does usually posts is like a lot of stuff that's happening in Los Angeles, like when there are some shootings and stuff like that, he usually reports on it. But now he's just kind of, veering off from that and just pushing this whole vote for Kamala Harris because Black people want reparations. And she said that she was going to sign the bill and blah, blah, blah. So I've been lighting his butt up. Stop lying to the people. She said that she will sign a bill to study reparations. We're beyond a study, fool. So stop this. Like I keep every time he posts it, he gonna block me in a minute. I already know it's coming because we're not gonna do that.
The GoPro gear and all of that.
Yes, him. Yes.
He doing that?
Heavy.
He be trying to act like he out there going against the cops and all of that.
Man, he with his scanner and a camera way back there and zooming in. He ain't up in there like that. Like, let's tell the truth. And then what really gets me is he tries to also act like he's connected to the nation and the FOI. I know they don't support that. What you doing, buddy? I'm gonna need you to stop that. Like, don't do that. Don't tie them to your BS. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, it might be one of them splinter groups or something. You know,
Something.
a few splinter groups out there where they don't really follow Farrakhan and they got, you know, some other stuff going on. So it might be one of those.
Gotta be. Gotta be.
It might be one of those, but that's funny because let me ask you that. I'm gonna ask the family this because I don't know how to feel sometimes about the brother in New York. He be kind of doing the same thing. Hawk Newsom. How y'all feel about some of Hawk Newsom's antics? I mean, I'll be raising eyebrows with some of these videos I'll be seeing with the brother. He be
especially when he start adding the brown. That's where I get lost.
He be out there with a lot of rah-rah shit. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, when you study history, you know what I'm saying? When you look at a lot of stuff that was taking place during the civil rights movement with COINTELPRO and all of that, it was always the rah-rah niggas out making the most noise that was working for them boys. And I'm not saying Hawk is
we don't know
them boys, and now I'm not being accusatory. I'm just asking questions. Because some of the videos that I see with the brother, I'm like, I don't like the energy too much, to be honest.
Especially, I don't like the energy as it pertains to reparations because you'll talk about it, right? But then you start talking Brown and Palestine and all this stuff. Like we're not, you don't, when you're talking about our reparations, you have to stick to the lineage. We're not crowbarring all Black people, you know what I'm saying, into our reparations movement. So I've seen a lot of that. And then a lot of times when he's shining light on law enforcement out there in New York, it's these Hispanic law enforcement officers that's beating the shit out of Black people, and you still hollering Black and brown. I'm confused, bro.
Yeah, right.
And then as far as his allies are concerned, or the people that he's rolling with to expose law enforcement or Mayor Adams, or just, you know, shine a light on, you know, the grievances of New Yorkers, it's Black people with you. I don't see none of the brown people besides you, ever. Where they at?
Yeah, some people still got this hang up thing that we got to have this solidarity with everybody and all of that. And like, dude, we all we got.
That's it.
That's all we need.
And again, he has some posts that I'm like, yeah, you know, I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, there's other things that you be like, you know, light bulb, like,
I just be having questions.
Yeah. You know, but hey.
But back to
like
what I was
saying too, in New York is different when it comes to Latinos because a lot of the Latinos there look like us. You know, they may have a darker hue, you know what I'm saying? Or they're, you know, in your neighborhoods and stuff like that. Here, they're in our neighborhoods to a degree, but for the most part, we're still a little bit more segregated from, you know, the Latinos. They're like sprinkled. You know what I'm saying? They have their own areas for the most part.
And y'all mainly got Mexicans though, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's all pretty much. Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, you know, that's pretty, it's pretty distinct. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's a lot of Puerto Ricans and Dominicans that just they just look like another regular FBA person. Some of them. Especially, you know, if they were born here and they don't got no accent and nothing like that. If they don't tell you, you wouldn't know. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
What's going on? Gush, I think is how you say your name. What's going on, Gush? But like I was saying about the Gavin Newsom thing, and so when they fumbled the ball with those two reparations bills, which were some very important bills.
Very.
One was going to form like the new Freedmen's Bureau, and the other one was laying out, you know, how to allocate the payments,
resources. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so those are two very important bills. And, you know, after everything went down, the Black Caucus was talking about, well, there's still other bills, other reparations bills that's out there that did make it to Gavin Newsom's office and blah, 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 blah. That was part of the explaining that they was doing. And this bill that he just vetoed
was part of it.
Bills.
It was one of those bills. Yeah.
One of those bills. So California Gavin Newsom vetoes bill to help black families reclaim taken land.
Right.
So y'all should have let him veto all of them.
All of it. And let that fall on him and not support him in that.
Right.
You know, we don't agree with that. We're standing with our people. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're going to do, we're going to let you do that. But as far as we're concerned, we're going to do our jobs and bring the bill to the floor so that they can get voted on. And you guys, there was enough votes to get those to pass, by the way. The votes were there and they knew that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Yeah. And so, yeah, let him take that heat.
Yeah.
Y'all bozos want to take the heat off of him. Hey, y'all got to get them out of office over there. That's what I want to see.
For sure. And as far as Gavin, he can't run again. You
Those type of organizations need to be dismantled. Oh, nah, it's over for him.
It's over for him.
He turned out.
Yeah, he turned out. So there's really nothing we can do with him, but those we can. You know, y'all gonna, you know.
But he wants to run for president, though. He wants to run for president. That's his thing.
Yeah, but this right here just killed that.
Right. Right. That's why I said they should let him wear all of that.
Mm-hmm. He definitely. And what's so cold about him signing vetoing the bill that will help, you know, black families reclaim their land here. On the 17th of September, he signed a bill allowing residents to recover possessions stolen in the Holocaust. Mm-hmm. The Holocaust didn't happen in California. So they can get their possessions, whether that's land, you know what I'm saying, if we're going to go there, or other stuff. And he's saying in that bill, it was something about reclaiming possessions that were stolen from them by the Nazis. In California? Like, what are you, like, it's just so crazy, the stuff that they do, though, for everyone else except for us.
I don't know, but we got to give him a little credit now, because he did one of the bills he didn't veto. He did pass one of the bills now, and that was a formal apology. We got to pop our collar to that, don't we?
No, sir. No, sir. That I felt like, so he apologized, right? And then turns around and gives a plaque. What the f are we gonna do with a plaque? One plaque. A plaque, y'all.
And you got Negroes doing a photo op up there showing all 32 teeth.
Did you see that?
It's supposed to be some type of progress. Let me show y'all that.
Did y'all see all the teeths? Because I've seen so many teeths.
I gotta pull that one up, by the way. Hold on. I gotta pull that one up. Hopefully it don't glitch up just for this. It ain't no video or nothing. I just want to show y'all the picture. Hold on one second, y'all. Y'all bear with me. Let me get to these pictures. Because he vetoed everything except for the apology and the plaque. He said, y'all can have the apology. Y'all can have that. I'm sorry. We ain't mean to enslave y'all for 400 years and deprive y'all of the fruits of y'all labor.
Right.
And here goes a plaque. Here goes a nice plaque for y'all, just to show y'all how sorry we are.
What we supposed to do with it is what I want to know.
Ain't nobody asked you, Google. Google over here telling me what the definition of a plaque is. Hold on. I'm looking for the book. Hold on.
And speaking of that, and speaking of that, by the way, what's her name? You know, Camila Moore, who is you know, one of the attorneys on the reparation task force, she says apologies alone aren't enough. They must include material reparations. Camila Moore, an attorney for a former chair of the task force, said on X. It's combined with money, Moore said. An apology can lead to communal reckoning and repair. Bottom line is cut the check. I ain't no sorry. I don't want your sorry, because you ain't sorry. Because if you were really sorry, then you would have never vetoed those bills or threatened to veto the ones prior to the one you just vetoed. That's a sorry to me.
Yeah. Repair. And I don't see them. I don't see those pictures.
You don't see what?
I don't see those pictures. I know I had put them pictures in here when he was giving out the plaque. That's what I was looking for. But I don't see him.
We sorry for slavery. We sorry for integration. We sorry for eugenics. We sorry for Jim Crow. You know, we're sorry for lynching. We're sorry for stealing everything that you guys have ever built. But we're not sorry enough to pay you back, or at least a portion of what we stole from you guys. We ain't that sorry. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah. I can't find that, but this is what I do want to talk about. Because see the God and his ilk, they still playing in our faces. They still playing in our faces. Because they still out here trying to push the lie that Kamala Harris did say that reparations.
Right.
Well, I don't know why y'all out here talking about she don't support reparations. She sat right here and said it. That's what Charlamagne the God Leonard keep trying to tell us.
And Teslin too.
Did Teslin say that too?
Oh yeah, it's right on her Instagram. Let me forward over there.
Now I've seen quite a few pieces of commentary from Teslin where she was supporting Kamala and the Democrats, but I didn't hear her say that. Now Teslin, you know better now. We know you know better. Yes, Charlamagne, I expect this from Charlamagne. He know he lying too, but I expect that from him. Teslin, really?
He posted that same
video.
He said
he posted this same video. I mean, she posted this same video.
That same video with her with Al Sharpton.
Oh no, that's not the one. This is with her on the Breakfast Club. This is with her on the Breakfast Club, and fair use, by the way, fair use. So this is her saying that she supports reparations. Let's hear it.
You stand on some form of reparations for Black people.
Well, look, I think that we have got to address that. Again, it's back to the inequities. America has a history of 200 years of slavery. Mm-hmm. We had Jim Crow. We had legal segregation in America. The Voting Rights Act was only strong for 50 years, and then they wiped it out with this United States Supreme Court in the Shelby decision.
Mm-hmm. So listen, this is textbook. Shout out to Raleigh, North Carolina, by the way. This is textbook benign neglect rhetoric right here. This is what they are told to do. Acknowledge all the inequities, acknowledge all the disparities, acknowledge all of the mistreatment, maltreatment, acknowledge all of the wrongdoings, the pain and the suffering.
Pat on the head.
But never promise to do anything about it. Never make any solid promises.
And with everything that she said, we have a history of this. She labeled all this stuff, right? But so what are we studying? Clearly, you know what happened. Clearly, you know what happened and when. So what are we studying?
But the wild shit about this is I'm gonna let it finish playing, and this one, she don't even say nothing about studying it. She's trying to pretend that her LIFT Act is reparations.
Shit.
Listen to this. Listen to this. So she acknowledges all the inequities and everything, all the history that we're supposed to be studying. She laid it all out. All the reason why we're supposed to get reparations, she laid it all out. But tell me if something wrong with my ears, and let me know when she say she support reparations, because I ain't hear it.
To the point that 22 states immediately thereafter put in place laws that one court found were crafted with surgical precision to have Black people not be able to vote. So,
Black people, are y'all able to vote?
I ain't had a problem since
right now in 2024.
I've never had a problem.
If y'all want to vote. If y'all want to vote in November, are y'all allowed to vote? And if anybody is not allowed to vote in the chat, type a number 3, please.
Right.
Type a number 3 in the chat if you can't vote on November 5th and you Black. Because she just said that the Voting Rights Act was only good for 50 years, and then the Supreme Court under the Shelby Act completely gutted it and took away black people's right to vote. That's what she just said. So if you can't vote, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I can still vote if I feel like it.
And it looks like she deleted that video that she shared of Kamala with Al Sharpton.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I know the video you're talking about. She shared that one.
She shared that one and said she made a caption about her supporting reparations.
They was talking about HR 40 in that video, by the way. They clip off that part. They clip off the part of the question.
And she specifically said, I support a study.
Right, and that's HR 40.
Right.
That's HR 40. They start the video. They like to start that clip when she says, yeah, when the bill comes across my desk, I'll sign it. The bill that she's talking about is HR 40. We all know HR 40 is a nothing burger. It's a study. But let me let this clip finish.
We've got to recognize, back to that earlier point, people aren't starting out on the same base.
Right.
In terms of their ability to succeed. And so we have got to recognize that and give people a lift up.
Lift up.
And there are a number of ways to do it. Part of my initiative, again, around the Lift Act is that.
Part of my initiative around the Lift Act is just that.
Right.
Lift Act say nothing about no damn reparations.
Who you lifting in
That's
the
the name of it. It's called Lift All. It's the Lift All.
No.
That's the name of it.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
It's an all lives matter bill, literally. Literally. That's the same thing that she said. That's the same thing that she said on the infamous clip when she said, I ain't gonna do nothing that's only gonna benefit black people. No. That's it's the same exact answer to the same exact question. Y'all see all of these interviews that she goes around doing where she repeats the same thing over and over again. It's a script. It's a literal script. When she's talking to Oprah, or whether she's on CNN doing an interview, or when she's out doing one of these campaign rallies, she says the same exact things over and over and over again.
And there's nothing ever exact or specific that she's going to do for us. Never.
Or for anybody for that matter. To be honest, if you listen to her talk, she don't commit to no policy specifically. Everything is just vague, and it's all about yeah, you know, I grew up in the middle class, and you know, everybody cared about their lawn, and you know, my parents had to save up to buy a home, and blah, blah. She does the same spiel everywhere she goes, and it amounts to nothing, no policies whatsoever.
But that spiel, you know, for everybody else, it has tangibles linked to it, because we know that, you know, fast tracking these invaders into citizenship is tangibles for them. That's tangibles. That's healthcare. You know what I'm saying? That's food. That's education. That's job training. Like, these are all tangible things for them. New homes, as you pointed out last week, with the Venezuelan out there in Chicago who just got his first home. Those are tangible things. That's generational wealth.
And so the reason why C. the God had posted that one was supposed to be his response to what Trump had said. Now, Trump put out this little meme thing, lying. This is the thing. This is the thing. I don't know why. I need the all the black people out there that's saying that y'all voting for Trump. I need y'all to come to the front too. All the black people. I understand that we done with the Democrats and we fed up with the Democrats, and I'm so happy to see people waking up to, you know, the sham that has been. I'm happy about it. But running to the Republicans and becoming the blacks for Trump and all that ain't it, family.
That's weird.
I need y'all to come to the front, family.
It's weird.
Because the main reason why we not rocking with the Democrats is because they don't support reparations. Right? That's the main reason why we're not rocking with the Democrats, amongst you know, a ton of other things, you know, that they've been doing and not doing for the past 60 years, 70 years, however long it's been. But the main thing that we on right now is reparations, right? And so Trump put this thing out here. And so for all y'all that's saying, yo, we got to vote for Trump, I need to talk to y'all too. Because this is what Trump over here lying about. First, he said Kamala's Project 2025. Citizenship for 20 million illegals. Okay. She on that. She definitely on that. Ban gas-powered cars. Ban gas-powered cars. So make everything all electric. I don't even know where she stands on that. So I don't know.
I don't either. But I know Gavin Newsom stands on that here. I forget what year, but they're going to make it where only cars you can purchase is electric cars here in California specifically.
Of course, it's going to start in California. You know that. Okay. Replace police with social workers.
No. She's definitely a police lady.
Yeah. Ban fracking. She's all over the place with that one.
But that one, yeah.
Transgender surgery for minors. We know that that's part of the Democratic agenda for sure. Taxpayer-funded reparations. Now, that's a damn lie.
A lie. That's a whole lie and a half.
That's a damn lie. The Democrats ain't never say nothing about supporting taxpayer-funded reparations or no other kind of funded reparations. They ain't never say that.
No.
So that's a lie. But that also shows that Donald Trump don't support no type of reparation. So why is y'all running to the Trump party? Why are y'all putting on these red hats?
Looking stupid.
Black folks. I seen the brother out there in Chicago. What's his name? Muhammad.
Oh yeah.
Forgot his first name. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Activist out there in Chicago. I seen him running around with the Blacks for Trump shirt on and all of that. What y'all supporting Trump for? I don't get it.
Is it a fear
I don't
tactic?
understand it. I understand why we not rocking with the Democrats, but why are y'all supporting Trump though?
Right.
What did Trump do to earn the vote?
Especially if we're talking about tangibles.
Right. And you know, we did the broadcast a couple of weeks ago about Jill Stein. So tell me why y'all not supporting her if that's the case.
Now, Teslin did have a great point as it pertains to Jill Stein. She says, basically, hold on, y'all. It was a great, hold on. She says, if you support cash reparations and you don't support Harris or Trump, cool. With that being said, why are you not organizing with Dr. West and Jill Stein? Both have been very clear on cash reparations. Why are you not organizing with them offline? Serious question. And
that is a serious question. I'm asking the same question. I'm asking the same question.
You
know what I'm saying?
We stuck on this two-party system, and we don't necessarily have to.
I've been combing through the website. I've been combing through the Green Party's website looking for any type of trick bags that I might have missed. Trying to figure out, because usually when a lot of the big platforms and new black media are quiet about somebody, there's usually a reason. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not quick to jump out the window when I see, you know, people like Tariq, Jason Black, or whatever, not saying nothing about certain thing. Usually they are saying something by not saying nothing.
Right.
But this one, I don't understand. Everything that we say that we need is literally
over
on
there.
their platform.
It's over there.
It's on their platform. I have not found a reason. The only thing I've heard, and I think it was Marcel who said the reason why he doesn't support Jill Stein or somebody else. There's another third party candidate as well that somebody brought up. And he said the reason why he doesn't support them is because they support abortion. And I'm like,
listen,
that's not a deal. That's not a deal
breaker. Yeah, we gotta pick our battles.
That's not a deal breaker to me, because look, the main reason why black women get abortions is economic.
Right.
Black women, for the most part, is not out here getting abortions because, you know, they were violated sexually, you know, some type of incest or something like that. It's usually I can't afford this damn baby. You know, they do being irresponsible in the first place. You know, sleeping around irresponsibly in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But if they had the money, if they had the economic wherewithal, they wouldn't be running to these abortion clinics like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if we're able to get repaired, and now the other thing about it is, okay, she might support reparations, but she's not prioritizing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not out here pushing that down our throat like we see what the Democrats doing, trying to make it seem like this should be our top priority. They're
Right.
giving away free abortions at the campaign rallies and all that stuff. They're not doing that. You know, it might
But we're
be
not
something
going to
that
agree with everything anyway. But we
right,
can unite on what's important. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And stand up in solidarity on what's important, which is going to be the tangibles. And if
right,
our goal is to allow the Democratic Party to crash and burn, and like you said, we don't have Trump offering us a damn thing, wouldn't it be wise to jump over there green and go, instead of saying blacks for Trump or whatever, it should be blacks for green or whatever the hell,
right.
or turning Chicago green instead, because I hear a lot of that. Chicago's turning red. Chicago's turning red for what?
For what?
For
For
what?
what? That's not a power move.
At
That's
all.
not a power
It's
move.
not a
Now,
strategy at all.
don't get me wrong. The Green Party is not in the same position as the Democratic Party
No.
where
They don't have
the
the
black
money.
vote could make or break them. No, I'm not even
They
talking about the
don't.
money. Obviously, they don't have the money. They don't have, you know what I'm saying? The all these
The
big
Electoral
corporations,
College, they don't have nothing.
PACs and all of that stuff.
No PACs.
But what I'm saying is we don't have the same voting power with the Green Party as we do with the Blue Party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We could make or break the Blue Party with our voting block. Even if we all, for the most part, if we all did get on code and decided to support the Green Party, that doesn't mean that they're going to win the election.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
They never
They
have.
still need way more votes. They still
Right.
need way more other support from other people besides just us to win.
But they are policy pushers, though. What we can say is not necessarily for reparations, but the Green Party is good at getting things pushed, through whatever those things may be. You know what I'm saying? So we can use that to our advantage too.
All right, so let me address Timothy. Timothy says abortion should be a deal breaker. I think I kind of did address that already. If it wasn't for abortion, black people would be the majority politically.
We are.
So that are you talking about the majority minority thing? You know what I'm saying? Because the reason why we're losing that is because we allowed them to form this conglomerate with a whole bunch of different ethnic groups under one umbrella called
Right.
Hispanic or Latinos. The Hispanics and the Latinos are not one ethnic group the way foundational Black Americans are. So we still outnumber them in reality. You know what I'm saying? That's one. But also, like I said, she might support abortion, but she's not prioritizing abortion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I say it's not a deal breaker. If she was out here saying the same thing like the Democratic Party is saying, oh, abortion, that's reparations right there. If she was out here saying some shit like that, then I can see, okay, yeah, she full of shit,
Right.
support that. But if you go through her platform, they got reparations on the agenda for foundational Black Americans specifically. They also talking about ridding law enforcement of these race soldiers, creating federal laws to punish race soldiers within law enforcement. That's akin to a crime bill that we've been talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some of the other bills that are not specific to foundational Black Americans are still beneficial to us when they talk about defunding the war machine in order to lift all public schools, reallocating those funds so we can have good schools in our neighborhoods and all of that. That's something that benefits us directly. But it's not the only thing. That's on top of us getting reparations and all of that.
Exactly.
And so you said Trump does have the platinum plan he and Ice Cube came up with. No, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
Him and Ice Cube did not come up with the platinum plan. Trump and his team came up with the platinum plan. Ice Cube came up with a contract for Black America, and he had to sit down with the Trump party,
Mm-hmm.
and they incorporated certain parts of the contract with Black America into the Platinum Plan. And what they did with that was they basically all lives mattered it up, though.
Because it's minority. It's not specific to foundational Black Americans.
Not specific at all. You know what I'm saying? The thing that they try to toot their horn about with the Platinum Plan is these opportunity zones and all of that.
Right.
And there's been studies that show that that helps to exacerbate gentrification.
Gentrification, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the Platinum Plan is a nothing burger also. Anything else? Before abortion, Black people was having double and triple the kids as white people.
Still are.
That's why Margaret Sanger invented Planned Parenthood. I'm with you. I understand. I know the history on that. That's why I said it doesn't need to be prioritized. But at the same time, I do believe personally that people should have the option.
I agree.
I don't believe that the government should be allowed to just take the option away, you know, wholesale. I believe the option should exist for people that, you know, everybody have their own set of circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And so people should have the option, but it shouldn't be prioritized. There shouldn't be all of these Planned Parenthoods in our communities when they have all of these
fertility clinics in white neighborhoods. They're encouraging them to have babies.
Right. It shouldn't be that way. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said when it comes to us getting repaired, that won't be prioritized. Automatically, that gets alleviated. Many other things get alleviated when we get repaired financially.
Exactly.
That covers a lot of ground. Many of the issues that plague our community automatically get alleviated. We get prepared because it's all it all goes back to finances. So I understand the history and I know what you're saying. Margaret Sanger and all that. Yeah, we know that. We know that. But that's not what Jill Stein is on from what I can see on her platform. Y'all go check it out for yourself, though. Maybe I'm tripping.
Why do you guys think that Angela Rye was going so hard and heavy on her? You know what I'm saying? She really didn't want Jill to speak. If you notice, every time Jill opened up her mouth, she really didn't want Jill to speak because Jill was coming with some real shit. You know what I'm saying? So she was really, it wasn't that, you know, she was trying to counter anything. She just didn't want to hear what she was going to say or allow, you know, the masses to hear what Jill had to say, because hearing her on the Breakfast Club that day, that made a lot of people like you know, right? Head on over to their website and read up on their platform to see what it's really about, because she's saying some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if she's really standing on that, you know, and that's what they didn't want to happen.
Angela Rye got humiliated. And Dr. Ware on the Breakfast Club. She got humiliated. Her only argument was
you didn't win. You haven't won no elections. You haven't won.
Yeah, you ain't win no elections, and you're not saying her name right.
Right. And I'm sick of that because I've been saying it how it looked for the longest.
That's the only pushback that they gave that whole entire interview. Jill Stein up here talking about reparations for Black Americans, talking about defunding the war machine. She talking about ceasefire in Gaza. She talking about, you know, many things that would be great for our country and great for foundational Black Americans specifically. And your only pushback is that ain't how you say her name, and you ain't never won before. So how you gonna win now?
Right.
What about Cornel West? Is Cornel West still in it, by the way?
I mean, he's still in it as, I believe, an independent. However, the Democratic Party, right, is blocking him in every state that they can, you know, where his name is not going to be on the ballot. Talk about democracy, you guys. Why is the Democratic Party working so hard to sabotage his campaign? If you guys are so confident that you have everything that we need, why are you sabotaging this man who rolled for you heavy for years?
I want to know what Jesse Paris was saying about Cornel West, though.
Let me see. I didn't see it. Let me look in there.
He just said his name. He said Cornel West too. So I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to elaborate. Timothy said Angela Rye looked like Kamala Harris with a BBL. So she. So what? So she gonna fight for Kamala Harris like that's her blood sister. Angela Rye got a BBL? I ain't see no ass back there.
Yeah, I didn't. Not major ass. You know, she's a beautiful girl, but you know.
It's cute.
Yeah, I say she's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. Beautiful woman.
I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I can't stand. A fine bed wench or a coon.
Like that's just a waste. Just a waste.
That gets nerves. Where I want to like you.
Right.
I want to like you and I want to support you. You see a fine sister, intelligent, well spoken, and all that.
Right.
Like Tamika. I used to love Tamika. Tamika Mallory.
Plus, she had that fire in her. She's beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? I used to love me some Tamika Mallory till she exposed who she really was, and got on that bullshit. Who else? You know who? Goddamn Janelle Monáe.
I know. She was is beautiful, classy. I loved her style because I was just like, she was so refreshing for me, for the industry, because she wasn't showing so much. She wasn't being sexualized, but her music was good and she's gorgeous. I was like, yes, this is refreshing. We needed this right here. And then here she comes showing titties. Now she's pansexual and all that.
I don't mind. Show the titties and do all of that you're doing, but leave all of that other funny stuff you got going on out of it. And I seen her in person. I seen her in person. She's fine. I seen her at the gym when I first came down here. This is before she got on that nonsense too. I seen her at the gym, Lifetime Fitness out here. That woman is fine.
Beautiful.
And then she started going left with all this crazy agenda stuff and all that. That's heartbreaking.
By the way, the photos of the samples in here showing all their teeth for the photo op of him signing the formal apologies actually in our materials. I'm gonna add it back here just if you want to give everyone a visual of these the Ku Klux Klan members showing all their teeth is.
Now EJ said, hold on. EJ said, I still give Janelle Monáe the business, but I'll have to like her from far off. No, not giving Janelle Monáe no business, because you know what pansexual means?
Right.
You know what pansexual means? Pan means all.
Yeah.
Pan means all across the board. So that means you're gonna be right.
Man, woman.
I can't go behind that type of I can't go behind you. You sleeping with bisexuals. You sleeping with you sleep like, and I'm gonna go behind that. No, you ain't that damn fine. You ain't that damn.
No.
So Jesse Paris said Cornel West supports reparations for foundational Black Americans also. I don't know. I know he supports reparations. I don't know about
but it's for all Black people. He's more on the reparations for all melanated people.
That's what I thought.
When he was on Black Alpha Network, remember Black Alpha did a broadcast and he had him on, and it was a good broadcast, and he would hear our grievance and what we're talking about on a grassroots, but he will always revert to, reparations for all melanated people. And so that's what a disconnect was for me.
Yeah, she fine, but she ain't that fine.
Yeah.
Word up. Hey, you know what I want to talk about? We're gonna have to switch gears for a minute, because I just got reminded, because I see my brother Ish in the building. Shout out to my brother Ish.
Shout out to Ish.
That's my guy. But I just got reminded, did y'all see the back and forth between Lil Boosie and his daughter? What's his daughter name?
I don't know her name, and I didn't see it. I wanted to wait. I haven't even unmuted, on social media in order for me to listen to what was said. I know that you wanted to talk about it. I saw you and Ish talking about it, on our FBA thingy. So I wanted to wait for that. So yeah, let's talk about it.
Her name is Ivy. Yeah. I think Poison Ivy what she go by.
She's
so anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
She raps. I just found that out too. I ain't know too much about her at all. You know what I'm saying?
She's
I just
pretty.
seen a little back and forth. Yeah, she is. I just seen the little back and forth that was going on. So first I saw whatever Boosie said in the interview had went viral. All the blogs was posting what Boosie said about his daughter. Now I guess this has been an ongoing thing. I don't know the history and all of that stuff. All I know currently, he did an interview with somebody, and I guess they asked about how he feel about his daughter's sexuality, whatever the case may be. Now, for those that don't know, she's lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And Boosie said in the interview, basically, in a nutshell, this is not verbatim, but basically he said, she could do whatever she want, but she can't bring her girlfriend home. I don't want her bringing her girlfriend home because I got other kids, and I don't want the other kids to get contaminated by that because they look up to her. That's their big sister. They look up to her. So, she do whatever she do. She welcome to come home whenever she want to come home, but she can't bring her girlfriend with her because I don't want my other kids to get contaminated. So I saw that. That was the first thing I saw. I didn't really have a problem with it. I'm like, okay, Boosie,
I think contamination was the wrong word. I think he meant influenced by.
Right.
Contaminated, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he was a poor choice of words for sure.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with that. And Boosie, Boosie is Boosie. He's not the most articulate, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm trying to say, he talk how he talk. And I ain't saying he's inarticulate. He's not. He talk how he talk. He country. But, it was a poor choice of words. You know what I'm saying? But when I seen that, I didn't really have too much of a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? But I did have a thought in the back of my mind, like, why are you talking about this on internet? You know what I'm saying? But it's the internet. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. I seen it. I ain't think too much of it. I kept scrolling. Later on in the day, I kept seeing the post from the daughter. So I said, let me see what the daughter talking about. So I clicked on the daughter's video, and I felt her 100%. Everything that she said, I felt. And the video is too long to play here. But if I could sum up what I got out of the video when I saw his daughter talking, her thing was this. Look, that's my dad. I love my dad. I respect my dad. I hate that I got to come on here and even say any of this because this is not my character to even do this. It's plenty of times where, I could have disparaged my dad in public for certain things, certain interviews I do where they try to put me on the spot to say something, about my dad or whatever the case may be. And I never do it. I never take the bait. I'll never go for it. I always, stay on code and say, yo, that's my dad. He loved me regardless. Because I guess they be asking her the same thing in the interview.
And she's not falling for the trick bag.
Right. So they be asking her the same thing. So does your dad support your sexuality and all that? And she said, she always just says, that's my father. He loved me regardless. She don't go into detail about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She just say, that's my father. He loved me regardless. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, this is like 5 or 6 interviews that he done did speaking on her sexuality. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, I wish you would just respond to these. When they ask you these questions, play past it. She was like, when they ask you these questions, you don't got to throw me under the bus like that. Talking about contamination.
Because it's none of their business.
Right. He was like, just say, yo, that's my daughter. I love my daughter. Next question. That's what she was saying she wished her father would do, but he hasn't been doing that. And the stuff that he be saying in these interviews hurts her feelings. She feels the type of way about it. She feel like the way she's been trying to protect him and his image, he hasn't been trying to protect her and her image the same way. You know what I'm saying? And so she's growing up. She got her music career thing going. She's trying to get her music off the ground. And so she like, another thing, if you was to talk about my music as much as you talk about my sexuality, I would probably be further along in my career. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I don't know the history, but if that's true, that, he going out his way to talk about how he feels about her being gay, but he don't never shout out her music or nothing.
That's asinine.
I ain't really feeling that right there. And, she said, I pay for my own videos. I'm doing I don't even ask you for nothing. I'm not even mad at you for not supporting that. Just let me do me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to figure it out. You taught me how to hustle. I did learn a lot from you. You a good dad. The thing I got from you was how to hustle. And she said, don't bring God into it because you ain't even teach me about God. I learned about God from my mom. You know what I'm saying? You say you ain't never teach us nothing about God or bring us to no church or nothing like that.
Right.
So why you bringing God into it? You know what I'm saying? So she was pointing out some of the things that she saw that was hypocritical with her stance. One, like you said, about the contamination thing, I could tell that bothered her a lot.
Yeah, that was a poor choice of words to me because it's like a disease, you know? Like they're gonna get sick if they're next to you or something like that. Like if they're young, I can see how he may, if seeing her, with her significant other, especially if they're holding hands or how couples are, that may be confusing, to the younger siblings perhaps, and maybe influence, their thoughts or open them up to, well, I can like girls too, or the boys, I can like boys too. I can understand that. Yeah, I
But by the
agree.
way, by the way, the siblings are teenagers. They're not kids. She said most of my siblings are teenagers.
Yeah,
So it's not
so
like
they mind already made it. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, and you saying I'm gonna contaminate them by bringing my girl around, but you still performing the songs, but you talking about having two girls kissing and all that.
Not just that. Remember, he said he was on something where his son, I think, was 13 years old, and he was talking about, I don't know, paying for him some oral or something like that,
yeah, something
and
like
he was
that.
13 at the time. Like, come on,
something like
Lucy.
that.
Yeah,
but she didn't bring that up. She didn't bring that up. So I'm only talking
well,
about.
we know about that though, so you can't have
Right.
it both ways though.
I understand where you coming from. I'm just pointing that out. That's not something that she brought up. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going by the points that she was making in her video. And I said I felt her 100%. I didn't think nothing that she said in the video was wrong because her argument wasn't even against him saying that she can't bring the girlfriend home. She wasn't like, that's messed up. I can't bring my girl home. You should let me bring my girl home. She wasn't on that. She like, I understand how you feel, and it's fine how you feel. You entitled to your opinion, but why you gotta put it out in public like that?
And we know how white supremacy is anyway. They're already trying to divide the family anyway. And not that you're with her mother, are married to her mom or anything, but you guys are still a family. That's still your child. And that unit should remain protected and intact all the time. These people are not asking you these questions because they care. They're constantly trying to sow division between you and your daughter. And you're falling right into the trap.
Especially with the LGBT thing.
Exactly.
That if a child, and she's not a child, she's a young lady or whatever the case may be. But that's the thing that they try to push onto Black people that have these alternative lifestyles. That's how they kind of separate them from Black society.
Right.
Make them feel like they're like they're their own ethnic group. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Black people so homophobic. Your own daddy don't even accept you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your own family don't even accept you. You know what I mean?
That's
so that does draw that wedge.
Yeah, teenagers can be influenced too, if you're right. And that's what I liked, how Marlon Wayans kind of addressed it with people that, had, some stuff to say about Boosie. And, somebody said, shout out to Magic Johnson, Dwayne Wade, and Marlon Wayans, and all of the parents that love their children, no matter who they are or they love. And Marlon says, you can't paint Boosie as a monster. That man is a father that provides. I believe him and his daughter and God will figure it out. It took me a second. Give their family grace and time. This is a growing pain. She knows her daddy loves her. That's all that matters. He may come around, he may not, but that's all on him and her. And I agree with that too, because it is a growing pain. I don't know if anyone out here, in our audiences have experienced that where either one of your children, male or female, coming to you talking about they like the same, sex. That's something that no parent, I don't think, hopes for. You know what I'm saying? If you come from a traditional conservative, family, so I think that it is a grieving process too for the parents. And not to say that he articulates that well, not to defend the things that he said, but I feel like it is a grieving process for the family too, in a way. Because
by the way, you do got some weird parents out there now that's putting LGBT diapers on their babies and talking about their babies and all type of weird stuff like that. Now you get who knows where it's going. But I want to address this one comment from Timothy Taylor. He says, my black parents will disown you if you go LGBTQ. My LGBTQ cross-dressing cousin is banned from all family functions, including funerals. Now, from my experience, that's not the norm in FBA culture. What y'all think?
No.
Is that a normal reaction from black families in FBA culture to disown family members who are gay or whatever?
Nope. And I can speak from experience. My son's dad's uncle is trans. He lives as a woman. His grandmother, basically she wouldn't call him by the name that he wanted to change. She still called him by the name that she gave him. He respected that, but she also respected his lifestyle. Like he came over just like, a girl, whatever. That's my son. I love my son. I'm going to address you as my son, right? She accepted him for who he was. And when she passed away, he showed up in a dress, full on makeup, as who he, switched on to be. So she never disowned her son. It was still her son to her in her heart, but she never said, you can't come to my house if you have on makeup, or a dress or anything. She still loved her son, period. And he was welcome to come to her home in full women garb, and she made her grandchildren, his nieces and nephews, respect him. Now, one thing that she wouldn't do, he wanted to go by a female name. The family did not make the children call him by that name. You are still Uncle so-and-so. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what makeup you have on, wig, whatever. You're still uncle to these children. We respect your lifestyle. You're still welcome to every family function. I've never been to a family function when he wasn't there. I respected him. I thought he was ugly as hell. And he did not make a pretty woman at all. At all.
It said he thinks it's about 70-30 in FBA culture. 70% will accept to a certain degree, and 30% won't accept at all. I could probably, I don't know. I would probably go higher than that. I agree.
Even in the church.
I agree with the to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't, like you said, we ain't gonna participate in your delusion. If you think you a woman and we know you a man, we're not gonna participate in that. But we ain't gonna kick you to the curb. And you
even
ain't
in the black church. Even in the black church. Let's tell the truth.
Every black church that you go to is somebody switching around. That's the praise and worship leader.
Right.
Every black church that you go to.
Yep.
Everybody knows. It's not saying it's accepted like people are saying it's okay, but they don't kick them out.
No.
They don't run them from amongst us. That's not a normal thing in foundational black society from my experience. I haven't really seen that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking on, knowing someone directly. I don't have any trans family members on my side, but definitely gay. And we've always accepted, whether you agree or disagree. My aunt with my cousin cousin has always been the more masculine one, or stud, right? And my aunt, when she came out in high school, her whole thing was because my cousin had long hair. She said, I don't care what you do. I accept you. I love you. She said, but please don't, get a fade. Do not cut your hair. That was my aunt thing. Like, just, if you going to dress like a dude, whatever, get some braids. I don't care. Do not cut your hair. And my cousin honored that until her mother passed away. When my aunt passed, then she went on and, got the fade and stuff. And she felt, now I can live my life the way that I want to, in a way, and I don't have to worry about what my mom wants for me. You know what I'm saying? But she honored it until my aunt passed away. And we've always accepted her, as well as her girlfriends. She got married to a woman. We've accepted her wife. Like, we love you. We may not love the lifestyle, but we love you and we accept you.
Yeah. I mean, I got studs in my family. I got I got a transgender in my family who was born female, transitioned to a dude, if that's what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But beard and everything. You know what I'm saying? Beard and everything. It's beard and everything. If you see my cousin, you'll never know that used to be a female. Look straight up like a man. Nobody kicked them to the curb. It might be a little weird. It might be a little weird. They're like, oh shit, word. That's what we do.
But the kids don't know. kind of.
Yeah,
Right, because the little kids see a beard, they're like, okay, this is a guy, so it's not confusing. I think it's different though when it is a male to female, because a lot of times the male to females be ugly as hell. I'm sorry, because
you can still see it.
yeah, they be ugly.
Yeah.
My son's uncle was ugly.
I don't know, but yeah, to me, that hasn't been the experience. I don't know about everybody else, but I think for the most part, we still love our family members. We
Yeah.
still love our family members. With all of their weirdness, we still like, hey, that's.
I'm gonna say either 80-20, 90-10. It's not 70-30. I don't know about the 70-30.
Yeah,
Because like I said, even in the church, let's not even talk about within the family. Let's go to the church. The church tells
community,
it
the
all.
community itself.
Yeah.
Community itself. They don't have that
Yeah.
in other communities.
Right.
You're gonna be one of these white evangelical churches switching around like that.
Absolutely not.
They ain't having it. They is not having it. But yeah, black foundational Black Americans, we accept everybody.
Everybody, y'all. Come on
we
now.
love everybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate too much, to our detriment to a certain degree.
Right.
It's to our detriment. You know what I'm saying? We very welcoming people. You know what I'm saying? That's just been part of our culture.
It has been. I want to talk about Attorney DeMario, because sometimes some of the stuff that he posts disturbs me. It rubs me wrong, because he has our elders, our survivors of the Tulsa massacre, you know what I'm saying, supporting Kamala, acting like they endorse her. I don't know if they know what's going on, to be honest. I mean, they're older now. But anyway, he had this post that says, DeMario Solomon Simmons calls on President Biden to initiate a federal investigation into the Tulsa massacre after the Supreme Court's ruling. First of all, Biden is on his way out, whether we know it or not. I mean, this is his last term. He's already stepped down. So going to him at this point does what, unless he decides to do something at the end in order to help Kamala, which I doubt. But anyway, he says days after the Tulsa, Oklahoma court made a final decision to bar the 1921 Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre survivors from seeking justice, the lead attorney for the 110 and 109-year-old plaintiffs renewed calls for President Joe Biden to launch a federal investigation. Federal investigation into what? We know what happened. Okay. By denying the petition brought by the last two living survivors of the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, the Supreme Court of Oklahoma doubled down on one of the biggest miscarriages of justice that this nation has ever seen. He's just talking about, all that. My thing is, why are you behind them then? This should have been a play for you guys to say, without you guys, supporting something for these victims, reparations for these victims, we will not stand behind you, and we will vote against you in mass. What is this?
And they're not even doing it. That's the thing. They're not even speaking on it.
Nothing.
They ain't about it. They ain't talking about no commission, no study, no nothing about it. They acting like they don't even exist over there in Tulsa.
And remember the black brunch or something like that Biden gave at the White House a couple weeks ago. He was right on out there showing all 32 of his teeth, you know what I'm saying, at the White House, like you guys are doing something big because they fed y'all on the line.
That's
like,
the
it
thing.
bugs me.
That's the thing. It's like the same thing that we were saying earlier about Pastor Jamal Bryant. Y'all walking from Baltimore to the White House talking about some reparations, but you still going to support the Democrats anyway.
Right. So my thing is, if they don't support it, what you gonna do? Because you're already saying you support them anyway. Either way, you support them. So what's the point?
Right.
And then also, Mr. Attorney DeMario, he's on here with his sorority or fraternity signs. Mega Phi, what is it? Mega Psi Phi says go vote. Doing these Greek symbols. Like, if you don't sit your ass down.
So is he using the elders, the Tulsa, Oklahoma survivors, like some type of political pawns or something?
I don't political pawns, or just as traffic for himself. That's gonna get him, business. He's an attorney.
Yeah, but you ain't winning nothing though.
Right. But he can always say, I went, toe to toe, with the government and the Supreme Court I had a high profile case, even though you ain't won. And it's the plantation jubilee for me. It's that. I can't stand to see it.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, that'll never happen. The NBA, and NFL, none of them are ever gonna not, play or, hold the line, at all. They're not gonna do that.
Did you mention the LGBTQ that Newsom signed? Did you mention that earlier?
I haven't. No, actually, I didn't go into that, but we can right now. Where is it at?
Newsom signs bill intended to end discrimination against LGBTQ people.
So that's that bill. Remember, if a man or a woman basically gets into a situation with a minor, as long as they have that 10-year thing. So if they're 10, you know what I'm saying, but that person is 20 years old, then it can be deemed as consensual or not as child molestation or, statutory rape or whatever, as long as it has that 10-year gap in their ages. So this is kind of a not new. This is from back in 2020.
But can you read that though? Because I wouldn't have got that from that headline. Can you read some of that article?
Sure.
It probably won't open up. It's probably blocked.
I got it. No, it's open on mine. So it's called the Senate Bill SB 145, which you guys can just Google SB, put SB 45 in there and it goes in there. But also it says discrimination against the LGBTQ people and sex crime convictions will be outlawed under the new law signed by Governor Newsom late Friday evening. The measure, Senate Bill 145, will amend existing laws that allow judges to decide whether adult convicted of having vaginal sexual intercourse with a minor should register as a sex offender in cases in which the minor is 14 years or older, and the adult is no more than 10 years older than the minor. So it says currently adults who are convicted of having oral or anal sex with a minor under these circumstances are automatically added to the state's sex offender registry. SB 145 will eliminate automatic sex offender registration in those cases and give judges discretion to make that decision. So he is a mayor that is for pedophilia, in my opinion. Newsom's decision to sign the legislation promises to have both a state and national political impact. Along with opposition from Republicans in the state legislature, supporters of President Trump and far-right conspiracy theorists have seized on the bill in attempt to use the measure as political wedge issues and rallying cry on some falsely claiming on social media that California is legalizing pedophilia. Well, what the hell do you call it? What else is that?
This shit nuts.
So more protection basically for child predators. That's a protection for child predators.
And we've been saying this for a long time now, for years now, that this is where it was going. This is what we've been saying. This is where it's going, family. All of this other stuff is just a wedge to bring in pedophilia. That's the
Dr.
ultimate.
Umar has been talking about this for as long as I've known. When I got introduced to Dr. Umar, that would be like 2014, 2015, and he's been talking about it.
Right.
We're in 2024.
That been the play the whole time.
What is it, NAMLA?
Mm-hmm. Mamla, whatever it's called.
Mamla, something like that, yeah.
Man, boy, love organizations.
Yeah,
and you had a politician. I think it was in Virginia. Was he elected or was he running? It was somebody down in Virginia. He was either running or he was elected, who was a part of that organization.
Yeah. Which he lost, I believe, but still, the fact that he was able to run.
So 8 to 18 legal for LGBTQ. Right. And it specifically says same sex, though, right? It specifically says same sex. Man, this is insane. I don't know what's going on out here. I mean, I do know what's going on, but damn.
They use oral and anal. Well, all three: vaginal, anal, and oral. They make sure what hole they talking about.
All right, I don't want to talk about this no more.
Anyway, Boosie has a warrant issued out for his arrest suddenly. After this little spat with his daughter, suddenly there is a warrant issued out for Boosie Badass in Texas, y'all.
What they saying he did?
It says an arrest warrant has been issued for Boosie Badass after he was accused of failing to pay for a limo service during his time in Texas over the summer.
Okay.
Yeah. I just find it a little strange that, this just happened, come out. But according to the report at KXAN publisher on Saturday, September 21st, the No Juice rapper was born Torrance Hatch is wanted after a theft service charge was filed against him last month. Hatch was charged with theft of service greater than or equal to $2,500 and less than $30,000 in a court document.
All right. I just wanted to show y'all this, going back to what we were talking about earlier with the reparations topic and all of that. Senator Bradford is still putting pressure on the California government out there to bring these bills on through, because they have some special session going on to introduce some other bills that didn't make it through the session over the summer. So he's saying, well, while y'all at it, why don't bring these back through for a vote then?
Right.
Fair use. Listen to Senator Bradford.
Over reparations at the California State Capitol continues. Several bills failed to advance to a floor vote before the end of the session. And one state senator is now saying Governor Newsom should call another special session on this issue specifically.
So the way that news reporter worded it is actually incorrect. Senator Bradford is not calling for another special session. The other special session is already called for to address other bills.
Right.
So he's saying, why not include this bill? Y'all doing special sessions?
Indeed. And KCRA 3 Capitol correspondent Ashley Zavala joins us now to explain. Ashley?
Lisa and Ty, lawmakers are already coming back to Sacramento for a special legislative session on gas prices. And
they're already coming back.
Right.
Special legislation on gas prices and what else?
Oil supply. So State Senator Stephen Bradford says while they're at it, they should also spend time on the reparations proposals that were blocked last month.
And they should.
Absolutely.
They should. They seen all the pushback from how that went down. It wasn't just in California. That reverberated around the country.
Why not have a special session on reparations? I mean, I think that's worthy of discussion and moving this legislation forward this year.
State Senator Stephen Bradford floating the idea of a special legislative session on reparations. This following the fallout over his two bills that would have created a state agency to oversee reparations efforts and a state reparations fund.
The community's upset, and rightfully so. But not only the communities of California, but all across the nation. They were counting on California to get this right.
Right.
On the final night of the legislative session, the California legislature.
All right, we already know what happened there.
Right.
We don't got to go back through that. But shout out to Senator Stephen Bradford.
He's been standing on it.
Senator Stephen Bradford. He's standing 10 toes down. And, he's about to term out as well.
Yep.
He's not going to... He's not eligible to run for state legislator again. I believe he's running for state attorney general. No, not attorney general. Attorney governor. What is it called?
I think governor. I think it is governor.
Yeah, whoever's next to the governor. Is it the attorney governor or something like that? It's called something like that. He's running for higher office.
Yeah.
And he's standing on business. He's not saying, he's not trying to play it safe. Oh, I'm trying to get elected to this higher office, so I can't be out here advocating for black folks. No, he's standing on business. He's standing on business. Senator Kamala Harris refuses to prosecute over 1,000 California priests who were accused of assaulting minors when Harris was California Attorney General. I didn't even hear about that one. I didn't even hear about that one. I had to look that one up. That's interesting.
He's running for lieutenant governor.
Lieutenant governor, not
Lieutenant governor, yeah, in California, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Stephen Bradford, man. Y'all got one out there in California.
One.
Y'all got one.
One. But you know, that's all it takes. You know.
But we got to talk about this before we go. Back in my hometown, home state. Mayor
Adams.
They done got Mayor Eric Adams under a federal indictment now. I know everybody's seen that. Mayor Eric Adams, he's been indicted on charges of basically they saying he was taking campaign funds from Turkey, from I guess the Turkish government or somebody in Turkey was giving him campaign money that was illegal for him to take, and he knew it was illegal for him to take it, and he took it anyway. And they were saying he was taking bribes and all type of stuff like that. And people have been calling for him. Many of the Democrats, AOC and people like that, have been calling for him to resign. And he said he ain't resigning. Mayor Eric Adams said he's going to stay in office. He said he could run the city and fight the case at the same damn time.
That's what the white folks do.
Yeah. Look at Trump. Shit. Trump ain't just indicted. Trump is convicted.
Right.
And he still got cases pending. You know what I'm saying? And he's still running for the highest office in the nation. So hey, I wasn't mad at that part when I seen that that he wasn't going to resign and that he was going to fight the case. And when he came out and did his press conference, one thing I could say about him that we can't say about Diddy is he do have people that still rocking with him and standing with him. Not everybody. Now there was a lot of people in New York. You know, Hawk Newsom was out there giving a
hecklers.
Giving a lot of pushback and heckling at the press conference or whatever the case may be. But he had people around him, though. He had black folks around him. He had people around him. I'm just saying, that's more than we can say about Diddy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, ain't nobody. Because,
ain't nobody standing with Diddy.
Yeah, because, you know, they don't know if they own them tapes. If you don't know if you was on one of them hidden tapes, like, yeah, I'm falling back.
Yeah, I understand that to a certain degree, but when you know they talking about these tapes, but then when you look at the charges, and I'm not really trying to get too much into the Diddy shit, but I'm just saying, when you look at the charges, it's like, okay, what's on the tapes besides people freaking off?
Consensual adults,
right?
Consensual adults. Let's be clear about that. I don't. That's not illegal.
Shout
Nobody said anything about all them heifers up in the grotto, you know, at the Playboy Mansion. They was freaking off too.
Shout out to Duane B. Duane B said Adams had clergy around him. I understand, but TD Jakes ain't coming to court for Diddy. Ain't nobody.
No prayer line or nothing. No prayer line for Diddy.
Yo, and you know what, man? I don't even like to see that, to be honest. Like it really shows how soft a lot of these industry niggas really is. You know, especially when we talking about, you know, the rap industry or whatever case may be, because everybody portrays themselves as being so hard and so gangster and this, that, and the third. Y'all niggas scattered like roaches. Ain't nobody standing with Diddy.
With his kids, except his kids.
And Diddy put a lot of y'all niggas on. Diddy is responsible for a lot of y'all niggas' success. Y'all niggas was mucking it up with this man. Y'all probably is on some of these tapes or whatever the case may be. Like, damn. Where Busta Rhymes at? Speaking of busting it open.
Oh.
Where Busta Rhymes ain't passing the Cavassier. Where Busta Rhymes at? Where Fat Joe at? Y'all niggas ain't riding with Diddy either.
Black excellence. What a black excellence. Remember them?
Right. Damn, man, I'm disappointed in y'all niggas. Y'all was supposed to be so gangster. What the hell happened to all that gangster shit?
Yeah, when they start talking about them tapes.
Anyway, Anyway, we about to get up out of here. Oh, did you want to say something about the Eric Adams thing?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, only thing I was going to say was, you know, I respect him, you know, not resigning and standing on business, you know, as much as he can. We'll see how this goes. At the same time, it's like, nigga, you played this game, with these people. You know what I'm saying? You've been out here advocating for everybody except for black people. So
Well, he did try to say that, you know, the migrant crisis, you know, in New York, there was an issue there. He tried to go against the grain, but they slapped him right back in place. You know what I'm saying?
He went against the grain a little bit.
But he fall right back in line when they
It wasn't really for black people though.
Right.
And it wasn't really too much against the grain. What I remember Eric Adams saying was, he wasn't saying send these motherfuckers back home. We can't take them no more. He was saying because they had made it illegal for him. He was trying to make a pathway for them to be able to get jobs or something.
And those debit cards. It was something about the debit cards too. Remember, before they weren't getting those credit cards or something.
They let them do that. They was getting them debit cards. But he was saying, you know, it's costing the city money. It's too much of a financial burden for the city to house them and feed them and do all of the stuff that we're doing. They want to work. That's what he was saying. He was like, they want to work. Let us give them jobs. That was his resolution. That's what he was pleading to the Biden administration about. Just let us get them some jobs. So I wasn't really rocking with that either.
No, because it give them jobs at the cost of who?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, buddy. We won't be supporting that.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, Eric Adams, you're gonna have to hold your own nuts, buddy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, but at the same time, we can acknowledge the BS that we see the system doing, which they always do. If he's supposed to know better as well, y'all should know.
Is he on the tapes? Is he on the tapes? I don't know.
All I know is, you know, shout out to Professor Black Truth, man. When white supremacy is done with their tools,
they
always break them. They always break them. It never fails. And so that's what we seeing with this nonsense that's going on with Eric Adams. That's what we seeing. We know, you know, he ain't do nothing that no other white politician ain't been doing and getting away with forever.
Man.
But y'all don't play by the same rules. Oh no, I do want to play something about this story too before we leave. Because Kwame Kilpatrick.
Oh yeah.
Former mayor of Detroit. Who got incarcerated for some similar charges. He put out a video saying something about this Eric Adams situation. It was a little funny to me. Hold on. It was a little funny to me some of what he was saying. So I want to get y'all take on it before we go, and then we'll close it out. Let me share this real quick. Let me share it. All right, here it go. Here's Kwame Kilpatrick speaking on Mayor Eric Adams' indictment.
They've indicted and formally charged Eric Adams, mayor of New York. My heart and prayers go out to him and his family because they in for a dogfight. You know, it brought back some eerie feelings for me because those were the first charges in my case, illegal campaign contributions. None of those charges made it to the courtroom. They were later dropped, but it gave the feds the entrance point to start the J. Edgar Hoover treatment on the people that they wanted to break down. Yeah, they bring them in, they show them pictures of their children, they tell them they're going to be in a larger conspiracy, go to prison if they don't just sign this statement saying that he did this. And most of them do, all of them do, really. And then they absolve themselves from prosecution. Feds are at it again. I want you to see also that it's the Democratic Party going after another black mayor. This happens all over the country: Texas, Oklahoma, California, Florida, New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago. It's happening all over the country. Now, New York, if you unashamed and unabashed and strong enough to say, no, I'm independently working for these people and looking after their interests.
Which Mayor Eric Adams wasn't doing.
Right.
The first thing that will turn you against those people. It's a textbook thing. J. Edgar Hoover, wizard, wicked genius. Listen, if black lives really matter, they better start mattering to black people because we the worst haters of ourselves.
Now, where'd that come from?
We's our own enemies.
I mean, he completely lost me with that one. You know, he said, I want y'all to notice it's the Democratic Party going after another black man. All right, facts.
Okay.
True. I was trying to correlate the J. Edgar Hoover COINTELPRO thing. I was trying to. I ain't, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe, okay. But then when he said, if black lives really matter, they got to start mattering to black people. Where the black on black crime come into play at?
I don't think that's necessarily maybe what he mean. I think like just a lot of times when these situations happen, such as Diddy, R. Kelly, you know, now this black people have a history of before all the facts come out is dumping on other black people just because that's what white media is telling us to do. I think I'm just assuming, I'm going to assume that that's where the angle that he's coming from. Maybe he's saying, you know, let's not dump on each other. Let's fall back a little bit before we all dump on one another. Maybe that's what he meant.
Maybe that's what he meant. I didn't get that. I was like, what? He lost me when he said that. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe it could be. Let me see. Let me play it again. Hold on.
Than anybody. It's time for you to get mad at your real enemy. I want you to see also that it's the Democratic Party going after another black mayor. This happens all over the country: Texas, Oklahoma, California, Florida, New Orleans, Detroit, Chicago. It's happening all over the country. Now, New York, if you unashamed and unabashed and strong enough to say, no, I'm independently working for these people and looking after their interests, the first thing they're going to do is turn you against those people. It's a textbook thing. J. Edgar Hoover, wizard, wicked genius. Listen, if black lives really matter, they better start mattering to black people, because we the worst haters of ourselves than anybody. It's time for you to get mad at your real enemy. I want you.
I didn't get it. That came out of nowhere to me.
I just think it's the dumping, because we do see a lot of it. I think it's the dumping on one another. As soon as white media, you know, most of the YouTube videos that I see out here about Diddy or, you know, Mayor Adams is, you know, podcasts of black people dumping.
Yeah, it could be where he was coming from with it. I didn't think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
He should have said that though, because
he
that
was
pardoned
weird. By Trump. Think about that. He was pardoned.
Yeah.
He was a lifelong Democrat who was pardoned by a Republican.
Yeah, he did get pardoned by Trump. Right. That's why he out now. And the other thing though, what he said, if you unashamed and unabashedly advocating for black people, the first thing they're gonna do is turn you against those same people. If you unashamed and unabashedly advocating for black people, they ain't gonna be able to turn you against us. Right. We rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? You the mayor of New York City and you out here advocating for black people?
Like Marion Barry?
Ain't no way in hell they're gonna turn you against us.
Right.
We'd be 10 toes down with Eric Adams right now if that was the case. But that wasn't the case. That ain't what he was doing. He was out here unashamed and unabashedly advocating for immigrants.
Right.
That's what he was doing. For sure. Yeah, absolutely. That's our brother. Shout out to Dewan B, man. Appreciate you pulling up like always, fam.
What's up? And if Dewan B go to one more concert or something and he don't text me or call and say, yo, you know, nicey, you know, me and the, you know, the homies and me and my wife, it's this concert, you know, you want to pull up? He got one more time. One more time. No, just playing. I'm just kidding, Dewan.
Yeah, if that's what he meant, then yeah, I could rock with what he's saying. I just didn't get that from what he said. When he said that, I didn't know, I didn't pick up on that if that's what he was trying to say. But if that's what he was trying to say, then okay, all right, I got it. But you know, the flip side of that is, you know, the Eric Adams of the world, y'all have to do exactly what he was saying. Be unashamed and unabashedly, unapologetically black. And then you ain't got to worry about losing that base.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, fam. That does it for today's episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We do this each and every Sunday. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Sincere Love the Godcast, where we cover current events and other issues that we feel are important to Black society. Also, on Wednesdays, you can check us out at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our weekly series called the Black Business Showcase, where we bring on business owners and entrepreneurs and chop up a good game with them about whatever particular industry they might be in. And if that's you, if you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, and you would like to be featured on our channel, either slide in one of our DMs or send us an email, godcastenterprises@gmail.com. Let us know what you got going on so we can get you on the schedule for the Black Business Showcase.
Yes, sir. And this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Destiny from Blessed Wombs, and she is a birth and postpartum doula. She's an FBA postpartum and birthing doula. So we will have Destiny from Blessed Wombs this Wednesday. So make sure you guys are tapped in.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So we'll be chopping it up with her. Look forward to that one.
Yep.
But that's it, fam. Always remember, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. Peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.